Hi, Neil again. Monday morning, start of a new week. So I've been asked to do a pre-purchase survey on a property, 1960s built bungalow. Fairly straightforward, nothing spectacular about it. But it's a lovely bungalow. But what the instruction that I received was that elevated moisture levels were recorded at the base of the majority of the internal walls, which you can see. As we all know, the readings take them with a pinch of salt. It's just giving you a guideline that there's something there. Skirting board, I'm going to switch this on to pin mode. There we are, 23%, 24%. At that level of moisture content, the skirting boards are considered to be vulnerable to fungal decay. Anything above 20% is considered to be at risk. And so on. I go around the property and it's basically the same elevated readings. I'll go to another mode. There you are. Significantly higher or significantly elevated readings. Switch it back into pin mode. And then we're back up to 24%. You can see the paper at the base of the wall, it's crinkling there. And this is pretty much the same pattern throughout the property. I'll go through into the bedroom. Paper's peeling at the base of the wall, as you can see. Go on to pinless mode, come down, and there you are, we hit that height. It's pretty much a horizontal line, roundabout ranging between 200 and 300 mil above the floor. There you are. And then last one, I shall go on to the pin mode. 27%, sorry. 25%. So the certain skirting boards are definitely at risk of decay. And it's pretty much the same throughout the property. I've been advised that the likelihood is they require a full damp-proof course, which is bizarre because the property was built in 1960, I think it was. I've got it written down on my sheet. But I'll take you outside. We'll go for a little walk. And there we see the original damp-proof course. Quite obvious. And the same again. There's our damp-proof course there. So it has a physical damp-proof course. It's not in an area where there's a heavy volume of traffic or significant traffic, so the chances that the damp-proof course will fail because of ground vibration very limited. So we get these commonly where elevated moisture meter readings are recorded at the base of the internal walls, strongly indicating that the walls are affected by rising damp. The reality is the walls aren't affected by rising damp. The problem when you're getting consistent lines, especially 200, 300 mil above the skirting board, elevated moisture levels in the skirting board, it's telling you that it's almost certain that the wall plaster has gone down to the floor and thereby bridging the damp-proof course. It is a solid floor. I would imagine it had a surface DPM, which would have obviously finished at the edges where it abuts the internal walls. So you've got a bit of water vapour coming up through that point, but you've also got the damp-proof course sitting just above the internal floor level. And the fact that they've plastered down to the floor is the giveaway that you're getting these elevated readings up to a height of around about 200-300 mil above the internal floor level. So the solution, basically, I'd be advising the clients to take all of the skirting boards off, cut the plaster back a minimum of between 50 and 70 millimeters from the floor, and then reinstate the skirting board. Obviously, a larger dimension skirting board is probably something like a 4-inch or 6-inch. and monitor it, see how it dries out. On the majority of cases, it will dry out without the need for any further invasive remedial work. And the quote, the budget figure that they've been given for the damp-proof course is £6,500. Realistically, the remedial work, you're looking at round about, I would imagine, we'll say £800. Got to buy the skirting board. They're taking the skirting board off and they're cutting back. Is really, it's not a huge job. Done it many times myself. So it's a case of skirting boards off, cut the plaster back, allow the damp-proof course to perform its intended function of preventing the migration of moisture from the ground into the internal wall surfaces. And I think you're good to go. So, we often reference the joint position statement, which says deal with the predominant source of damp before considering what, if any, further invasive remedial work is necessary. I'm sure everybody would understand that taking the skirting board off, cutting the plaster back and then installing a bigger skirting board would be the logical way to go, rather than taking the plaster off to a metre high, installing the damp-proof course and all the associated work with it. So I was on this job this morning. It's the start of the week. I thought, well, I'll do a quick video. I haven't done one for a while. And it's exactly the same profile on all of the internal wall surfaces, exactly the same readings. Without a doubt, the fact that the plaster's gone down to the wall floor junction, and therefore the remedial work is probably, around about, well, it's not even a quarter of what I would expect they would have paid had they gotten a contractor in to do the remedial work. So it's just a handy little video for those less experienced surveyors. If you're picking up elevated moisture levels up to a height of 150, 200 mil, whatever it is, above the skirting board, but it's consistent straight lines, almost certainly the fact that the wall plaster has been taken down to the wall floor junction. And unfortunately, I can't take skirting boards off. It is a pre-purchase, and obviously it's non-invasive, so I have to go with what the evidence supports at the time of the survey, and I'm more than confident that that's the solution. Okay, I hope this is helpful. Have a great week, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.